A's 30. Alright. Okay, I'm going to get into my own party now. Kamikaze, you got it from here. First off, other than that, F&G's on the way. I got my stream up and everything's running. If you need anything, get a hold of me, message me. And then, how many laps did you even set this race to? Because I totally forget when I set it up. 20. All right, cool. All right, well, good luck, guys. You know how it works. The end of the race, top 5 will come in, for post-race interview, and then other than that, I don't, keep that rouge as clean as you possibly can. If you cut through it, it better be for good reason. Try not to be cutting. So, other than that, good luck tonight, guys, and have fun. And like I said, if you need me, just message me. Yeah, I'll get it ready. I just need it. I'll just wait. All right. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, week 6 of the MEA GT Championship Series. I'm SSR Mayhem to bring you tonight's action here at Spa. Currently, right now, we're in practice, and we'll get everything ready to rock and roll here momentarily. So just hang in tight. And if you're currently watching, go ahead and comment down in the comment box down in the right-hand corner of my screen. I have it up so you guys can interact with me tonight. The chances we might have our commentator AMR Rufus possibly with us later. Not sure just yet, but we might. So. Right now we'll just get things set up and get things going here soon. And we're going to get everything set up and ready to go here for the MEA GT Championship Series here, week 6 of the Spa. So just hang in there tight with us, and we'll get things going momentarily. I got a few things we need to do here. We should have a full field tonight. Full field for us is about 16 cars, but we do the whole entire 20 to 23 cars if all the drivers do make it. But yeah, like I said, just hang in there tight with us. If you get in touch with me, go ahead and comment, as I got my comment box up down there at the bottom corner of my screen. And once again, welcome. This is week 6 of the MEA GT Championship Series. I'm SSR to bring you tonight. Getting things ready to go over right now. So we're just going to get everything set up here, give drivers a minute to try to get in here, and then once we got everybody in ready to go, we'll begin the race. We are missing Servi, I believe, and lineup set up while we wait for the driver. Godly Drift and Zombie won't be with us tonight, so those two drivers missing this week's points. And Red Raider as well. We do have Sloth back with us this week. Alright, so once again, welcome to week 6 at Spa here of the MEA GT Championship Series. I'm SSR Mayhem to bring you tonight's action here at Spa. The points leader, FTR 30, starting in the second position as LCM Zombie did not be able to make it here tonight, so he was also starting second. Also, SSR Godly Drift, who's been very competitive the last couple of weeks, cannot make it as well, and a couple other drivers, and that doesn't include the rest of the field as well. We got about 13 drivers here tonight. A few of the drivers were not able to make it. Last-minute decisions, unfortunately. Like I said, LCM Zombie and SSR Godly Drift could not make it here tonight. about to go underway here. So once I get the confirmation from Kamikaze, as he's the host of the driver's party, everybody's ready to rock and roll. The Ford GT has been shown to be really strong here this week. We'll find out how strong it can be. We've got a couple of M3s out there. GG back in the Lamborghini. Alright, so here we go. Week 6 about to be underway here at Spa. 20 laps. We're going to find out. And we're going to find out, see if we can get a new winner this week with the Ford GT. You got to wonder. So here we go. And we're underway. Green flag. And SSR Bobbers out to the race lead. The Lamborghini right there in the middle. Now here we go. 13 drivers here at Spa. We are underway off of turn number 1. SSR Bobbers out to the lead. Right behind him is GG Racing. FTR Serby there in the 3rd position, the points leader. So far, GG is now the current leader. Bobbers to the outside. Serby gets a little bit of a bump. Nicole takes the over 3rd position. Buku underneath FTR Serby now. So Serby is not the best start here early in the race. And SSR Nicole up to that 3rd position already. I think she started back in the 5th position here tonight. So good start for her. She's had a couple of rough weeks. And Serby now working on Nicole. And Wolfpack back there battling for the 7th position, looks like. And PPS Lucky there in the 6th, with HDR Daytona underneath him, still battling. SSR Sloth Reflex there in the 9th position. Cody Pennant, Kamikaze, Nick T, his first appearance. He was a qualifier not too long ago, making his first appearance in the MEA GT Championship Series. SSR FNG 96, not the best start for him, but we'll see what he can do. It's a long race. The Ford GT has been shown to be really strong here, but there goes FTR Surrey with a nice run on Nicole. The M3 versus the Z4. And Survey to the outside of SSR Nicole. Nicole defends underneath. Doesn't get the best exit. Survey, Nicole side by side, battling for the 3rd position. UMS GG Racing though, and Bobbers up there battling for the lead. And Bobbers goes wide. GG underneath him. GG with a great run as GG will take the lead here in lap number 2. And Survey did get the 3rd position now. So we'll bring up the race map here and see how the field looks. We already have a driver in pit road wondering who it might be, and that's HDR Daytona. So some problems there for Daytona early on. Not sure if he got some damage or whatever happened. Sloth Reflex as well didn't get it very good, so something happened with Sloth Reflex up there. Not the start you'd want to see there if you were one of those drivers here at Spa. Now we're back on with Survey as he's chasing down SSR Bobbers and UMS GG Racing. Nicole X right now under fire with Buku there in the 5th position there, as he's shown to be a very strong car these last couple of weeks since he's entered the series. And it looks like Daytona's out of pit road. He's got a lot of ground to cover. Out in that open air could possibly make up some time, but there goes Buku underneath the inside of Nicole, and he will take over the 4th position. Wolfpack and the GTR Nismo up to 6th now. Oh, see him, Cody Pennant looks like he's up to the 8th position. Cody Pennant has been struggling in this series, trying to find some speed, and so far he's been slowly creeping up the field. SSR Kamikaze and Nick T there for SSR as well. 9th and 10th. F and G not too far behind these two. We'll go back up to check out the race lead because it looked like Bobberts was catching up to Gigi, but that Lamborghini showing its acceleration off of exit. FTR Serbia a little wide there off of the exit. And looks like Wolfpack has caught up to Buku now. Well, it looked like he did, but he might have had a bad exit off of Rouge. So Cody Pennant now up to the 7th position, passing up PPS Lucky. Nicole now back to 6th. Cody Pennant starting to slowly find his way up through the field. And if you're just tuning in, this is week 6 of the MEA GT Championship Series. Right now, GG Racing is the race leader. Right behind him is SSR Bobberts and FTR Serbia in the 2nd and 3rd position. Buku's slowly made up, and watching out for Wolfpack and that GTR Nismo. It looks like Wolfpack's starting to lose a little ground on these drivers as Buku up behind FTR Serbia again. So as we enter the 4th lap here, and FTR Serbia now on the back bumper of Bobberts. Looks like a battle for the 2nd position now. So right now, Serbia wasn't able to get that nice run there as Buku got underneath him. And now he's got the Nismo right behind there, so Wolfpack gaining on what ground he can. So Buku now up to the 3rd position here as we pull up the race map to see how the field looks. And if you wonder why HCR Daytona is so far behind, it looks like he got a little earlier incident, which made him pit early. So we'll see what he can do, as that was around lap 1 or 2 when he had to do that. And SSR Bobberts now on the back bumper of GG Racing, so the battle for the lead is on. But he couldn't steal the deal. There we go. And where the Ford is going to be strong at. So Servi and the Wolfpack's keeping up this front group. So right now, 1, 2, and 3, pretty packed and close. And there goes Bobberts once again underneath Gigi. Can he get there? Gigi barely closing the door on him. And Bobber's trying to get a nice run on Gigi, but that Lambo's going to show why it's the faster car. Better off of the exit, but Bobberts is working really, really hard on UMS GG Racing. And SSR Nick T back in the 13th position. Now it looks like he had to make a pit stop, and he did, so there it is. But there's a 3-car battle there off of the final exit. 4-car battle as there's FDR Servi joining the mix. And as we enter lap number 6, now FTR Servi goes to the inside of Buku, battling for the 3rd position. Now as SSR Bobberts. Oh, and Buku gets shoved way wide! A little bit of a touch between FTR Servi and Buku. And the Wolfpack just sitting there in the 5th position right now, trying to figure out where he can gain some ground. And if you're just tuning in, this is week 6 of the MEA GT Championship Series. I'm SSR Mayhem bringing you tonight's live action here, as we have a great one here with the battle between UMS GG Racing and Bobberts from SSR battling for the lead here at Spa. Bobberts looks to the inside, nothing there as GG cuts him off once again. FTR Servi and Buku finding their ways back up here, so the 4-car battle commences here as FTR Servi recently just passing Buku on the first turn of this lap when they bumped and went a little bit wide. There goes Bobberts to the inside, a battle for the lead, and he does it! There goes Servi going to the inside. He had to lay up on the brakes a little bit there, so Bobberts the new race leader here in lap number 6. And Bobberts, who started on the pole, finding his way back up. The battle for second is on. UMS GG Racing, FTR Servi, side by side, entering the turn here. Buku right behind them. Wolfpack looking on from the distance. Can GG hold on to position? GG side by side with Servi, still battling out. And GG holding it off to the inside, but he doesn't get a very good entrance. And FTR Servi now up to the 2nd position. Buku right there as well. So GG losing 2 positions here in this lap. Not the type of run he wants to see, but he might be able to make up some ground here in this long, bendy straight. And Buku just sitting there. And GG looks to the inside of Buku. Is Buku now taking over the 3rd position. GG dropping back to 4th. There's SSR Wolfpack right behind them. So GG going from 1st to 4th in 1 lap. Buku with a nice run. He's going to the outside as they hit the chicane. He overdrives it. So GG and Wolfpack gets underneath him. Wolfpack side by side with Buku now as Buku drops back to the 5th position. And once again, if you are tuning in here, you are more than welcome to comment on my mixer. I do have my chat box up. I'm the lonely commentator. Gigi still all over the back bumper of FTR Servi. Bobberts is starting to drive away with this race. So the gap has now gotten bigger. We bring up the race map. You can see where everybody's at on the track. And the battle for second right now between Gigi Racing and FTR Servi is on. And there goes Gigi to the inside of FTR Servi. They touch a little bit. Gigi having to lose his brakes a little bit there. It looks like Buku now trying to get back in that mix. The Gigi hasn't given up yet. He has struggled just a little bit. So if a wild lap 6 back there. Looks like everything's sort of leveling out, but looks like Wolfpack is now caught up to him. But we're gonna drop out of this little group here and check on the other drivers. It's Nicole, and it looks like we got a couple group of cars here, so we'll check out how these guys are doing. And it's LCM Cody Pendant all over the back bumper of Nicole. And right behind him is PPS Lucky. PPS Lucky in the M3, just like Servi this week. You can see the top 5 right in front of Nicole. And they're not that far from these guys. Cody Pennant, who's seeming to have a lot better of a race this week, sitting there in the 7th position, started around near 10th to begin this race. Two very good gripped cars, the 4GT with a little bit better speed, though. We'll see if that makes a difference here in this long straightaway. Let's see if Cody Pennant can pull off the pass. Cody not getting the best exit there. And Cody with a nice run on Nicole. And will Cody look for the pass? He will not. He's just going to stay in line there. Looked like he had a nice run on her, though. And Cody getting loose. Lost quite a bit of ground. So, and Lucky now on the back end of Cody Penn. As we get back up to the front of the pack, SSR Wolfpack under fire. Gigi's also giving Servi a little bit of some pressure right now. So between Servi and Wolfpack, both under pressure, we got a couple battles in the top 5. And Gigi just starting to really struggle. And Gigi's going to have to figure out a couple of, I was talking to Gigi Racing this week. He's during some of his practices, during his qualifications. A couple of the turns here at this track just been really struggling for him. And it shows. He's just not getting the best exit off of each turn. Shows through Rouge and throws a couple of the final turns, but in that Lambo gives you a chance, but just not really consistent yet in that car. And the race leader, SSR Bobberts, is really distance himself from the pack. Now, this is Forza clean, so the drivers can kind of cut that roost just a little bit. So, don't think they're racing dirty. They do have the approval of running like that for this week. So, Bobber's definitely distancing himself from the pack. FTR Survey trying to find a decent run. And Forza with a little bit of a glitch here, so we'll just wait a minute for it to get back together. There we go. So right now, Survey's trying to figure out how to find some speed. We go further back as Wolfpack's doing. He has been under fire with Buku, and Buku all over the back bumper of SSR Wolfpack. Wolfpack playing a little defense right now. As we enter halfway, it's the battle for fourth between Wolfpack and Buku here. Right now, these two have been pretty much battling for the last several laps. We go further back in the pack to see how everyone else is doing. Sloth Reflex back there in the 9th position after a really bad start to his race. Went all the way back to 12th and has fought his way back up to 9th so far. And looks like we have a DC HDR Daytona not finishing, so Daytona looks like his race is done with here today. Very, very unfortunate to see Daytona drop out. That's been a fighter all season long, but things happen. And Wolfpack still playing defense. So right now, the only battle on the track. And Buku's still looking to try to get around one of these guys. Or I should say get around Wolfpack. He's got a great run. He's right on the back bumper of him. Buku having to hit the brakes a little bit hard there. And Buku still all over him. And it looks like they're catching up to GG Racing now. GG Racing, who's currently in the 3rd position after losing the lead around lap, I believe, 6 or 7, has been struggling since he lost the lead. He went from 1st to 4th, got back up to 3rd. So GG Racing now starting to enter the picture, and I'm sure he's not, but it looks like Buku's going to enter pit road. So Buku decides to make a pit stop here in the late stages of this race. So that would give SSR Nicole and Cody Pendant to move up 1 position. So Nicole now up to the 4th position. And Serby as well is in pit road. So 2 cars in pit road as we speak. And Sloth Reflex. So Serby now exiting pit road. Actually, Sloth didn't enter pit road. Sloth is on the track, so Sloth's out there. So GG So you gotta wonder, those guys made pit stops on the last lap. Is anybody else gonna make pit stops? And it looks like there are. UMSGG Racing and SS. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I really thought well, they were both right there and looked like they might have entered, but they have not. So they still staying out on the racetrack. We'll see how these two are doing in front of them. As it looked like Wolfpack was actually on GG when I pulled up my screen, so interesting there. It looks like Sloth Reflex now in the pits. Looks like Kamikaze and Nick T battling back for the 11th spot. And FNG drops back to 12th. So Wolfpack's definitely catching him. Where he loses him is on the straights. So you gotta think they keep this up. You might see a nice little battle. However, Cody Pence still working on Nicole X, or I'm sorry, Nicole. So Bobbert's now in the 6th position. That gives GG Racing the lead. So battle for the lead right now between SSR Wolfpack. GG goes a little bit too wide. He gets the sand though. Side by side. And the Nismo with the pass to the outside. Wolfpack to the lead. And they're side by side. And GG back to the lead again. Wow. So a little bit of a battle up front. Nicole staying out. Cody Pennant will make his first pit stop of the race. And so will PPS Lucky. So Bobbert's now in the 4th position. And Buku battling his way up as well. Serby in 5th. Five laps to go here. And Wolfpack still all over GG, it looks like. Well, one of these two have to pit here. It's probably going to be close because everyone else seems to pit so far. But the Nismo GTR is still under 30% fuel. Not sure about the tire wear though. We'll see if Gigi makes a pit stop here. And he does not, so both of them stay out. Gigi with 30% fuel as well. You can see the tire wear. You gotta wonder, they're probably going to have to make a pit stop here soon. So 5 laps to go, because it's lap 16 right now. FCR Survey now the fastest time on the track. It was SSR Bobberts. So this is where Wolfpack gains his ground. Gigi just trying to defend. Defending that low line as best he can. Wolfpack working on Gigi again. So Wolfpack and Gigi stay out again. Final 4 laps. They enter lap 17 here. The only driver that ended up leaving is HDR Daytona. Not sure if he got disconnected or something else happened to him because he had an accident early in this race. He was in pit early on. Right now, SSR Bobbert's taking over the third position from SSR Nicole. Nicole's still out on the track, and she's one to watch here because she will stay out as long as she can. If her tire wear holds up and the fuel holds up, we could see her digging out as far and as long as she can. She's known to not pit in any of the races, so Nicole currently trying to stay out on the track as long as she can, and right now she's in front of FTR Survey there in the 5th position. And it looks like SSR Kamikaze and SSR Nick T battling back there. And SSR F&G just hasn't been able to figure out the car today. Is struggling quite a bit. Go back to the race lead as its battle still continues between these two drivers. So they stay out again. So we gotta wonder how much longer these guys can stay out. So GG and Wolfpack, two cars that have been up front, other than SSR Nicole, who's there in the 4th position, hasn't made a pit stop yet. And Wolfpack still battling. Wolfpack gets a good run. He's got the lead for momentarily there. Can he finish the deal? Oh, and Wolfpack to the outside. Wolfpack goes underneath, and now the new race leader, SSR Wolfpack. Can he hold on to it? This is where he's lost it last time. You gotta wonder if the tires are starting to give on UMSGG Racing. We couldn't see what Wolfpack's looks like. We just were able to see the fuel percentage. So new race leader, SSR Wolfpack, trying to hold on to it as they enter lap 19 here. And they stay out for another. Can they do it? And it looks like they're going to be able to run on fuel, so it's going to be close. And GG goes to the inside. And GG takes the lead back. And Bobberts with a new quick time. So the quick time has been flirting between Bobberts and FTR Survey. And we'll see if Wolfpack can do it again, as he's been able to keep up with him and been able to battle with GG. Just can't keep up with him on the straight. Sorry. Alright, so Wolfpack. Oh, Wolfpack gets to the back end of GG! He lays off a little bit, lets GG gets fixed up a little bit there. Could have threw him out wide and probably could have wrecked his rest of his race. So one more lap left. Will these two stay out? It is coming very close, and I know GG's tires only have a little ways to go. We'll check on those tires. It's the best part of the track for Wolfpack is coming up. Or has come up, so he didn't get a good run through that section. And GG is going to be close. Tires up to 80%. So Wolfpack and GG will stay out with one more lap to go. The white flag is in the air. Can GG Racing hold off SSR Wolfpack? And GG's getting loose. SSR Bobber's not too far behind, but he's just looking off in the distance, hoping that something could go wrong. And Wolfpack a little loose to Rouge. Can Wolfpack catch up to Gigi where it matters most? Gigi's tires are slowly giving away. Can they stay for another half a lap? Gigi with the block. Gigi going way wide. Wolfpack to the inside. And Gigi side by side with Wolfpack off of exit. Right now, looks like Wolfpack has the better car, but Gigi's defending him so well. The tires are giving up on Gigi. Wolfpack to the inside. Wolfpack went to the race lead. Gigi lost a tire wear. Wolfpack has to play defense now. Can he hold him off? And Gigi trying to figure it out right now as he's to the outside. The tires slowly giving way. And Wolfpack trying to hold off, play defense. And Wolfpack's got to throw the block. He's got no space. Gigi to the outside. Gigi goes underneath. Side by side off of exit. And Gigi will take the win. Week number 6 of the MEA GT Championship Series. Buku will take over the 3rd position. Oh, I'm sorry, Bobberts. Nicole, 4th, 5th, FTR Servi. 6th, Buku. 7th will be Codependent. 8th will be SSR Sloth Reflex unless PPS Lucky can get underneath him. Won't be able to do it, so PPS Lucky will finish 9th. And the battle for 10th is on between SSR Kamikaze and SSR Nick T. And Nick T, but Kamikaze to the inside, they touch! Nick T getting loose! But Kamikaze gonna let him take that position, so Kamikaze will finish 11th. And FNG will finish in the 12th position in HDR Daytona. We'll round off the top 13 drivers. And we'll get the post-race interviews here with the drivers. We'll get everybody in here momentarily, so give me a minute. Alright, so right now we're just pulling in the drivers to get their interviews here, and then we'll begin the finalization of this event here tonight. So once we get everybody in here, we'll begin, and I believe FNG is the final car on the track right now, and I believe they just finished up, and here's your final race results here at Spa. And to begin in the 5th position, as the drivers now come in, guys, just make sure your party audio is on. two cars. Fuel and tire wear, and it was very close for the last two drivers there at the end. But FTR Surrey finishing 5th, obviously not the spot you'd like to finish, but it was a pretty tough race. Not so much action happening for you throughout. Probably I'd say from the mid portion to the end of the race. You were catching up to Nicole there at the end, but just not enough lap there to finish the job. But finishing in top 5, the worst position you've finished in this season so far, but not a bad day after all. Yeah, you know, we were watching the beginning of the race there. It was kind of a little bit of a rocky start for you. Looked like you got a little bit of a tap, a little bit of help, which kind of dropped you back a few positions. You battled your way up through there. And then there was a point in the race, about lap 6 or 7, where Gigi got really loose, sent him from 1st to 4th. You get up there, you get in the pit road, and then, like you said, it was just kind of a surpriser to see about 2 or 3 cars there at the end make it on fuel and tires. But it was, you know, we talked about weeks before. Were you ever? Did you think that they would have had to have pitted there near the end? Were you expecting them with like a couple laps? So like, oh, okay, these guys are gonna pit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, yeah, those guys were battling it out for the rest. And once you guys all made that pit stop, Wolfpack caught up right to GG Racing, and they had one heck of a battle. So it was really surprising to see them make it on fuel. I know they were down to near 10% or lower, but like you said, it was a good race overall, and seemed like everybody did their job here today. So congratulations on a top 5, Surly. I'm sure you're going to bounce back next week. So good run here today. And I don't think we're going to get SSR Nicole in here, and she's not, so we'll move on from her. She ran a pretty well race as well in that Z4, finishing in the 4th position right in front of FTR Survey. Didn't make any pit stops, so once again Nicole showing that she can run without making pits, even though they have backfired her in the previous weeks. Was able to finish at top 5 this week. And SSR Bobberts, this has got to be a little bit of a disappointment here for you tonight. You had one of the fastest cars on the track, if not the fastest car on the track, and finishing 3rd. Just it's not a bad result, but I'm sure you thought you could have won this thing.
Yeah, I am a bit disappointed. The race was lost at the start because Zombie being an idiot, Nick not being able to race. I was hoping he'd be a blocker for Gigi, but the fact, you know, he got to start 1 place higher. You know, that Lambo is so fast on a straight line, I had no chance. I mean, I did get the job done into turn 1, which I would needed to do, but I got a bit of a oversteer going up Eau Rouge, and that's what cost me. So the race was lost at the start, because if I run my own race, and I was, well, less than 5 seconds behind them at the end, I think I'd have beaten them. I think I might have caught them maybe on the last lap or 2, but
you and Gigi in the beginning of the race had some battles, and you know, whether it was a lot or not, you guys were digging it out where he actually passed you for the lead. Like you said, you started out in the front, Gigi eventually got through you, and then you caught right back up to Gigi and retook the lead. And it seemed like, you know, if they could have made that pit stop there, because you actually had a nice little gap on those guys to have had a chance to have won this race. Now, if they would have pitted, I'm sure that would have changed everything. But like you said, you know, people that were able to make it, like Serby was talking about on fuel and tires, was kind of a surpriser, and I'm sure you were a little bit surprised as well.
I knew Nicole would make it because obviously you've done practice with her. I knew the Z4 would make it, and to be honest, when I saw that Wolfpack was in the Nissan, I knew he'd make it because even I've tested that and I knew he would make it. I just thought it wasn't as quick, but I was really surprised Gigi didn't put it. That's the biggest surprise of the day, and full credit to him. You take the chance, you take the risk, and he's managed to not bottle it like I've done. He's managed to actually win the race.
Well, overall there, Bobberts, I'm sure you're at least happy to finish in the top 5 again. Third's not the worst thing in the world, but I'm sure you thought you could have won here today, but congratulations for a top 3.
Thanks. Yeah, let's just go for better next week.
All right, and then making his appearance after a couple weeks of absence, SSR Wolfpack finishing second. And Wolfpack, I gotta ask you once again, guys, just to double check your party I was on, but Wolfpack, once again, you know, you've missed a few weeks in the MEA GT Championship Series. You know, things happen, life happens, but you came back here today at Spa. Wasn't really sure how you were going to fare with the rest of the field. You didn't qualify too bad, and you were able to battle with Gigi. You guys had one heck of a battle there throughout most of that race. The last few laps were wild. Did you think you could get him maybe one more lap because his tire wear was down? I'm not sure where yours was. It wasn't showing us too well, but did you feel like you should have won tonight?
Not really, to be honest. I wouldn't say I was like the quickest like Gigi. Gigi is actually a little bit faster than me, and the only problem is with Gigi was that he was making a little bit more mistakes than me. He wasn't really consistent, so I think that was where I was catching up on to him. And I'm really happy to take second place because, you know, I was, like you said, I was absent on races, couldn't make it to the race, so unfortunately, but came in second, so I'm really happy, and congrats on GG for winning the race. Really good battle though.
Well, you know, and you like we're talking about, you know, it's gotta feel good coming back after a couple of weeks of missing it and be able to finish in the top 5 like you did, and even having the opportunity to battle for the lead. So you gotta be happy with the second place.
Oh yeah, I'm really happy. You know, even though I lost, it's like as long as I have like a good battle with GG, it's really fun. I didn't care about winning, honestly. It's all that matters for me is just to have fun and race with some really fast guys out there.
Well, congratulations on your top 5 finish, finishing second here, and we go in week number 7. Hopefully we get you back on the track, but nonetheless, congratulations to you tonight. And UMS GG Racing, the winner of week 6 here at Spa. And GG, what a race for you. You were in a battle the entire time. There was never really a chance to take a breath. You know, early on, you and Bobbers were battling it out. Then you lost. You went from first to fourth, where it got a little bit rocky for you. Didn't know how you were going to respond. Didn't know how you were going to take it. Then you found your way back up to the front after a couple of guys made the pit stop. You eventually get caught up by Wolfpack there, which gave you one really fun battle there at the end of the race, and with one last pass there at the end, that must have been a really good win for you.
Yeah, it really did. Like on the second corner, it just kills me. Like, I'm always worried about the second corner because every time I hit the corner, I always miss the apex because I'm very bad on that corner, and I always go wide, and I always get like the worst time. But I'm cutting the corner, and I'm getting during a lap. So, and when I was like battling with bumpers, he was like on my bumper the whole time. I was like, bumpers, get off of my bumper. So I was like, okay, let me just try pushing. Like, I was like, I want to try to do is just like use the clutch because I always race with manual clutch for GT endurance. I always do is whenever I'm battling someone on the last corner, I always do is clutch kick. I always do that if we're right next to together because I was watching for the Forza RC. It was Roadrunner. I think he did use a clutch kick, and he got the finish for Forza RC. So that's what I did too. So that worked for me very well. And let's see, on the last race, well, actually not last race, the last lap, battling with Wolfpack. Very good job for him. Like, I went so wide and was like, I don't want to go that wide. If Wolfpack gets the win, I don't even care. But if Wolfpack didn't win and I got the win, I guess I'll take it.
Well, I gotta ask you too. You know, you guys were both running out there, and I know Bobberts was reflecting on the GTR that he knew that car can make it. So he knew. So technically, we should have knew that Wolfpack was okay. But obviously, I didn't know that, and a few other people didn't know that. But were you at any concern at the end of the race if your tires were going to hold? Because you were up there in tire wear, and it was about almost 80% with 1 lap to go. Not sure how much wear you had left. And it looked like the tires were starting to give way there, where Wolfpack was starting to gain on you when he did take the lead. We thought the tires might have been shot at that point near the end of the race.
Okay, there we go. My mic was doing something. But, yeah, like, the tires, I was paying attention to my tire, and I noticed my back tires are, like, low, warm, and I'm looking the front, I was like, oh, I'm so warm. Like, I'm gonna try, like, I was, like, 50% when I checked last time. I was like, maybe just try to just stay in front the whole time. Then I saw Wolfpack coming, I was like, oh, let me check my tires at. Oh, okay, I'm, like, 70%. I will try to stay in first. Then I noticed my field was like, did not pay attention to my field. Can I do it? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start my plan B. Just just shift, like, not at the red RPMs. I just shift very early and just and I stay in front actually. So that's what I did.
Well, it paid off for you. You know, you're currently in second in the point standings, right behind FTR. Sir, you didn't get the best finish he'd like this week, but he wasn't complaining about it. He was really happy where he finished and how everyone else did. And with the win here and you missing last week, this definitely is going to help you out, and I'm sure you're going to be a little bit closer to challenge Survey for the championship at the end of the season. And what's it going to take for you to get back on top in the points and challenge Survey for the title at the end of the season, with only a few weeks left?
Yeah, like, I'm just gonna try to do is just stay on Survey the whole time. If he makes a mistake, it was like, oh, he made a mistake. Can you try to catch back up, though? Like, because this week he posted on a tweet, and he said he picked the worst car, and he thought he was gonna be good in the BMW, but 2 drivers, Zombie and who was in first place, was faster than the Ford GT. So if he would have got the Ford GT, he would have beat me.
Well, nonetheless, you ended up picking up the win here and going into next week. And I don't have the schedule on me right now, but I believe we might be going to either Hockenheim or Laguna Seca. I'm not positive on that. I could be wrong about both of those. It could be a different track, but I know those 2 are on the schedule. You're going to look to try to do back-to-back wins, and that might be the best way for you to get back up in the top of the points. But nonetheless, here this week, picking up the win with a final pass to win. Gotta be happy about that. So congratulations, Gigi, on your big win here tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, other than that, I would like to thank everybody that was watching here tonight, Week 6 of the MEA GT Championship Series. Apologize to anybody that's currently watching that was looking forward to the PPS TCC Series here tonight or earlier today. We were not able to make that event on time. I had some complications to get there, but hopefully we'll get back into it next week. I'd get a hold of Outlaw and see how the race results ended there. But here tonight, Week 6, Spa, MEA GT Championship Series, UMS GG Racing battled SSR Wolfpack with only a few laps to go. Back and forth action, where GG picked up the race win on the final turn of the race. And SSR Wolfpack finishing second. Third, SSR Bobbers, who had the fastest car on the track tonight. SSR Nicole finishing fourth with Z4, and rounding out your top 5 is FTR Survey in the M3. And once again, from the drivers to the commentary booth, I'm SSR Mayhem, and we wish you all a good night and see you next week. And don't forget to tune in on tomorrow as the LCM Cup begins at 1:45 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Thank you all and have a good night.